hustle, move, evolve.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
A lot of people refer to the 9 to 5 as a trap. I don't see it like that. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
At least.
Yeah,
not anymore. Like at least. So
Yeah.
let's dive in to this topic. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Hustle, move, evolve, and we're
I was
diving
trying to make
right
gang
in.
size for it. It doesn't make sense.
Why are we
but
making gang signs?
We're not a gang.
Yeah.
I just naturally
gang.
just like in the meantime, between times, get it times four.
What's wrong?
Like,
Hood. What's wrong? D block.
in the meantime, between times, get it times four.
Okay. So let me kick it off by asking you a question. Okay.
Ask me the question.
First off, 9 to 5. What did you think about it back in the day?
Trap.
Why?
Okay. It was I only felt like it was a trap when I started to see that I could build my own business. Because
Okay.
you know what I mean? So because when I'm in 9 to 5 before, I was at every agency, right? So like Apple One,
Yeah.
Apple One, Randstad.
Shout out to Randstad.
Shout out to
They came clutch.
They provided.
You guys came clutch.
Right?
The women's training.
Right, so before that, when I was just doing 9 to 5 and just going from job to job, agency to agency, I was just trying to make the next paycheck make sense and right, like have some money to whatever. But then when I started to take JPro a little bit more serious and like I wanted to start building my business, then I started seeing 9 to 5 as a trap, because I'm thinking like, okay, if I'm here for 8 hours and I could go make the same amount
Okay,
of
so money.
100%.
Because I'm gonna umbrella what you're saying. Keep talking.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
an umbrella. So right now you're talking about money.
So money.
Okay.
And money only when I started to see what possible results I could make with my own business.
That's important.
No, that's important.
Because here's the thing, and this is where the views change. I'm not cutting you off. I still want to hear it. But you start to think the 9 to 5 is a trap because you think you're going to make more money starting your business. And of course, the possibilities are there.
The potential. Yeah.
But a lot of people get tricked into that, leave the 9 to 5, jump into entrepreneurship, and make no money for years.
And this is an amazing topic because it's such a lie. It is a very it's
Nobody knows.
It's so it's unidentified, the potential, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because you don't know. You could make a lot of money leaving
That's
your
why
9
we're
to
calling
5.
this the pros and cons of 9 to 5.
Okay, so let me get back to my train of thought. So money when I started making money with JPro.
How long did that take?
To make money?
Make money.
To like,
I'm making money. Where you're not thinking, I think I need a job, or I'm good.
that's the case. So it's funny because the trap was when I eventually left my 9 to 5, even when I was making less than when I was at my 9 to 5, it felt different because I'm hustling my business now.
Right. So now if you make money in your business, right, you can't just take all that money and say, oh, I'm living good. You're reinvesting that back into your business to grow.
So when you say money, to me, money is when I hit 6 figures.
Right.
That's when it's like, okay, you are, and that took almost 6 years. Okay, 6 years. but think about it though. Can the average person that's in a 9 to 5 job ever make 6 figures? So it took 6 years, bootstrap from literal $0 to 6 figures, 6 years. Okay, now. How long have I worked? My first job was at Steele's and Here Ontario's Food Basics when I was 16 years old, when I got kicked out of school. Okay? Kicked out of school at 16 years old, and I started JPro when I was 24, and I did not make 6 figures. Okay? Maybe I did, but it got squandered because it's like there's so many things you do. But I mean, you're working from 16 to 24. And there's nothing to be accounted for. That's just where I was. Maybe a 16-year-old to 24.
So this is all why you started to see it as a trap, because what? The job doesn't yield anything?
The job doesn't... It's not that it didn't...
Because I want to... Like, I'm still on the train of thought as why did you see
yeah,
it
okay,
as a
so
trap?
we went all over the place just now.
Yeah.
Okay, but when I started J Pro and I was working my 6 to 9, my 9 to 5,
6 to 9,
my 9 to 5, I
Yeah.
only started seeing it as a trap when I was comparing it to the potential that I can make with my own business when I did have my own business.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, okay, if I'm here for 8 hours making maybe $14 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day you probably make $100 or $150. That's okay, and especially in today's economy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I could do a photo shoot for $500 if I wanted, or $5,000 if I wanted. So that's when I'm like, maybe if I took the time, instead of making this a quote unquote side hustle, and I put that same effort that I'm building Mr. Honda into Mr. J Pro, I could make money. And then once I did that, and I did that meaning quit my job and put my full time into my business, the ball started rolling. I wouldn't say I started making money, but the ball started rolling.
Okay.
Where
And
we are today.
I'm gonna wrap back around. So I'm gonna give my take
And
on
then
it
I
as
want,
well.
yeah, so yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to wrap around to what has changed.
Like today?
Yeah, because we said, we used to see it as a trap. Why don't you see it as a trap now? Why has it changed?
okay.
But we'll wrap back around to
Okay.
that.
So
So for
question.
you, if I was to umbrella, what I'm hearing you say is money. You started to see that the money you could make with your business, right?
And it's
Do I
hard.
have that right or no?
It's right because it was money, but it was also just freedom of my time.
Okay, so no, because that's my answer.
Oh, okay.
Let me answer that.
Okay, yeah. But that
Okay.
is my answer though. It was
Yeah.
time, freedom of time,
Right.
and money.
Right.
100%. Money first.
Right. Okay, so segueing.
So now when did you start to see your 9 to 5 as a trap?
When the opportunities that were available through entrepreneurship and my business.
See, you just are more eloquent than me,
I'm sorry.
but
I'm a
that is
speaker.
exactly what
That's
it is.
it.
Yeah.
Because now I'm at the job and the email is very important. The
Yeah.
phone call is very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
The meeting, the conference, the networking event. Right? And it's just like, oh my
can't
goodness.
answer it.
Like if I could just answer this, I feel like this is going to take me.
You gotta move that phone though. You gotta move
Doesn't
the phone.
look good?
No, it doesn't look good. Move the phone, bro. You gotta move the phone.
Whoa. But that's why you're J Pro, right?
Yeah.
Is this okay?
No. Just put it on the speaker.
So that's what it was for me. I love jobs. 9 to 5's cool, all that stuff. But the moment where the entrepreneurship call was pulling my time, it's like, Dan, it's not, I don't even know about money. Because a lot of what I did
Yeah.
in the beginning was not
That's
about
why
money.
I was hesitant. Because
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I wasn't making any money in the
Yeah.
beginning. But there's this event and there's gonna be these people in the industry. There's gonna be this grant meeting. There's gonna be this pitch competition, and I'm at work. The moment I started feeling that, it was a trap.
And then you went and
I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this with my time. My time could be better spent building T by Daniel at the time, right? And that's where I couldn't do it anymore. I felt like I need to escape, and I needed to feel what the freedom was like. And now when I quit and I just left 9 to 5 jobs, and now I was full-time T by Daniel. And I'll never forget because I went to the Dollarama. This is my first thing. I went to the Dollarama and I got this green little shiny notebook and a pen. I sat back. I got home. I'm like, that little green book. I got to find it one day. And I sat down there. I'm like, okay. Now what? Now it's my schedule, my time.
oh, so you're done now.
I'm done. I'm full-fledged. Now I have all the time in the world and I need to yield some result. And so I just started writing people to go meet, go talk to this tea company, go talk to this tea company, see if I can find out how to source tea from here. What is this? Go to the library, get this book, find out about this, and just start building out my day, building out my life, building out my business. But at least I had the time. I could spend an hour in the library researching tea.
So you didn't feel, even though you weren't being paid, that time that you spent building was profitable, more profitable than actually being in a place making money hourly at that
Say it
time.
again.
So did you feel while you were building,
Yeah.
not making money,
Yes.
was more profitable than being at a job for 4 hours?
100 million
So
percent.
that's I say
100
that
million percent.
because I don't feel that everybody feels that, and
Right.
that's what you have to know.
What do you do though?
Yeah, like
What do you, okay, so say you're a viewer, you're working a 9 to 5 job, you have this entrepreneurial bug that's biting at you.
I don't know why I did that.
It's not funny, bro.
It's funny, man. I thought that was great. It literally, I thought it and I just did it. Yeah, go ahead.
You have this now that's all I see. You have this entrepreneurial bug biting at you.
We got to get past that. We got to get past that.
You have this thing that's pulling on you, okay? And now I lost my train of thought. You have it. What was it? What were you talking about? We have this thing pulling on you.
I was saying, not everybody has that.
Okay, sorry, I was addressing you, to this loser. So this entrepreneurial bug is pulling at you. You have a 9 to 5 job. Okay, if you were to go full time, what are you going to do? And if you don't know, if your time is not well spent, I'm telling you, because I heard this quote, I'm gonna butcher it right now, but it was something like a boss, right, at a job, they just manage your mismanaged time. Let me say that again. I've heard a boss, a job, a company, they just manage your mismanaged time. So if you were to get clear, if you were to
That's
just
sad.
get right with your time.
I don't want to say it's sad because I know there's a lot of 9 to 5 workers that are happy where they are. Right. But that is
and maybe they're good with their time though.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe they put it in at their job, and then when they're done, they put it in with their family, their health.
They balance it properly.
And they even probably have time for hobbies and things like that. If you're good with time, I mean, that's where I'm at now. When it comes, I don't knock the 9 to 5.
Not anymore.
Be good with time, because when given a lot of time as a full-time entrepreneur, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
So now I will go back to
What
I'll
has
ask
changed?
you.
Okay.
I'll ask you.
Yeah.
And you bounce it back. What has changed? What has changed in your life to get you to the point where you could now say, I don't knock 9 to 5?
I don't knock 9 to 5 because I see a lot of the eloquence of a 9 to 5 when it comes to structure.
Eloquence, elaborate.
So look at any company. Think about your job, your 9 to 5 job. They've got the schedule down pat. They've got the hiring down pat. Right? And maybe not perfect, but they've got this structure. They got the policies. They got the manual, right? They got the infrastructure. They have the supply chain. They have all of the things I'm trying to build in my business and make it fluid. They have it down pat in a way that they could just hire, bring you in, train you, and get you up to speed. You can't knock that, right? You can't knock that. The stability.
I think, okay.
Stability, right? Entrepreneurship, until you get to a certain level, is not always stable. And that comes with challenges. I can make a lot of money, but does it come on time?
Yeah.
So now I have to build my life around, like, for instance, my speaking career. Great. Does well. But do I get paid every 2 weeks? No. Right? When does the client send the money? That's tough because here's the thing. Rogers comes clutch.
Yeah.
Car payment, clutch.
Mortgage,
clutch.
Insurance, business insurance, clutch. Yeah.
Clutch, right? But my client, I was like, yeah, we're just processing it. And you know, jobs give you stability in some sense. Now, that's debatable too, because you can get let go on a dime. So I don't call 9 to 5 a trap. I think it's an option. I also see 9 to 5s. This is me.
This is him.
This is me. 9 to 5 to me is a funding source for my business.
100%. 100%.
Can I just say
it is
again?
the new agency.
It's Randstad. 9 to 5 job is funding without interest.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's a good one.
John. It's gonna touch my ear. You're gonna go, but you want to fund your business. You're gonna go get a bank loan. You're gonna get a credit card. You're gonna get a venture capital.
Okay, but I get that. But
you gotta put in time.
But yeah, because see, with the funding, you don't put in time. You get it.
So they say time is money,
Right.
right? So let me take some of my time and trade it in for some money and take that money and fund it back into my business. That's going to free up my time.
But what if while you're putting in your time into the job, you're losing
Opportunity?
with
You
building?
can't have it all. You can't have it all. You cannot get interest-free money for your business and not give up any time or opportunity. There is a trade-off. So what is important? COVID taught me a lot about my business. That, wow, as a speaker, every speaking conference got canceled. 1 year of income wiped by one announcement. My shop closed. What do I do for my family? Now this is survival, right? I might need to look at the job that's willing to pay me through it, right? I will give you my time. You will give me some stability of income. It's just a trade-off. I cannot be everywhere. Now, we have a huge opportunity with remote work, right? And so I just don't knock the 9 to 5. I'm still entrepreneurship all the way through, but I do not knock the 9 to 5. I think it could be a good funding source, or you could even go in just to learn. Learn about structure, learn about processes, learn about industry. Your thoughts? What about you? What has changed? How do you view it today?
I think
it's still a trap. You look like you think it's still a trap.
I don't think it's a trap. I don't think it's a trap. I respect 9 to 5. I respect the people that, put in the work 9 to 5. I've done a lot of 9 to 5, so I understand for me, it's sacrifice, right? It's not a thing to do. It's a sacrifice. And being so long in business and being so long in the 9 to 5, I've realized the pros and cons of both, right? And until your business gets to a stability part, to me, it's out of all of you said, whether it's the funding or trade your time for money, it's stability, right? If you give me stability, I'm there, right? I don't think that regardless of my performance, you could go in, get that 14-day check for a time. Because if you are not performing, you're gone, right? I think it's the same with the business. If you don't perform, you don't get clients. You don't get clients, you don't get paid.
Customer service
So
sucks,
your
if your
customer
product
service.
sucks.
So even if we love JPro, but I don't follow up, I don't produce good videos, I don't give the product on time, the service on, I don't get referred, right? So it's like there's a pro and con to both, and I think you have to know you. So I won't say that I think 9 to 5 is a trap, and I'm not saying that business or entrepreneurship, it's the way to go. I'm not saying that, but I do think that if it were, I'd rather look at my situation and be like, okay, I might need to knock 100 more store doors, right?
So you rather hustle?
I rather hustle, right? And I know the right thing to do is to get the most stable thing for your family. Like you said, Rogers is clutch, mortgage is clutch, carp, all these things that come with it are clutch. They're on time, and you have to be able to fund that. Like you said, one announcement, my whole wedding career, like my whole wedding videography business went down the drain, right? So this 6-figure went down the drain, right? So now we have to pivot to real estate, pivot to producing podcasts, pivot to working with influencers, all these things. That's great. And I still made decent money, but not compared to what I was making with my weddings. But then you start building on that. I think life hits you with different type of announcements.
What about benefits?
If you're making money, it doesn't matter. I don't have, it doesn't matter. What is it? How much for the kids' dentist? How much? I'm making money. So the only difference between me and the 9 to 5 person is that you have a card and I have money to go do the dentist work. So I am not there. I'm not gonna always say, oh, but with entrepreneurship and of my 9 to 5, I get benefits. I get dental. So what? If you don't work a 9 to 5, you can't go into the same massage parlor?
What's your thoughts on this though? And thank you for that. I like that.
So just to clarify, to me, is this how you address them? I'm gonna address you. So I'm gonna talk to you 9 to 5er entrepreneur that is probably struggling, should I do 9 to 5 or the 9 to 5? Should I do entrepreneurship? I think the best thing to do is to listen to podcasts like this, hear about people that have gone through it, write down the pros and cons, and then write down, what am I willing to do? What am I willing not to do? What is my monthly expenses? What is going to accommodate those monthly expenses the best, the most efficient? And you choose. This is not an episode to tell you to go into entrepreneurship. This is not an episode to tell you to stick to your 9 to 5 because that's the answer. It's not. It's just letting you know that there's two young men that have gone through both, and we've made our decisions and still making decisions even today of, hey, maybe I can do a 9 to 5 and still run my business. Maybe I don't need to do a 9 to 5 and run my business, but you have to make that decision for you and your family. And we're just letting you know the pros and cons of both.
I'll tell you this. There was one time during our business where we were having a tough time, okay? Still same on Instagram, check this out, everything you may have thought, right? And me and my wife got a cleaning job to go clean.
You hear that? This is Mr. T by Daniel.
This is just a real. We had to get a cleaning job. Now, being an entrepreneur, I didn't just turn it into a cleaning job. I turned it into a cleaning company, right? Because I saw some opportunity here. So, but my point is I had to divert. I had to step back from the tea company in order to keep the tea company afloat at that time and get a cleaning job. Now, in all transparency, I wasn't capturing the cleaning, right? Right? And that's just me being real. I don't show my entire life, right? But that's a reality. Here's what you see, but my reality is I have to close the tea shop and then go clean and mop.
I think
and clean toilets.
That's hustle. That's, to me, that's
This is called
hustle, move, evolve. So that's what I respect. I respect that because it's like, and at the end of the day, not everybody listening to this might be in business and be multimillionaires, and they're like, yo, what are these guys talking about?
It's not gonna apply for everybody.
Good for you.
Right.
And at the end of this, message me, let me know what you do, see how we could collaborate. That's great. But this is the reality of a lot of people in not even Canada, in the world, where I have a passion, I have a hobby, and I'm quote unquote stuck in my 9 to 5. And you might be on the fence of, what do I need to do to push my hobby or my side hustle to the next level while working? What we will say now is let your 9 to 5 paycheck fund that until not even, this is what I did. I had a workshop the other day in Waterloo, and I told them this. The John that you would have met 6 years ago would have said, get the heck out of that 9 to 5 and go hustle like I did. The John today that is a father of two beautiful ladies, two beautiful little girls, that has a beautiful home, that has a beautiful life, anything to do to keep that afloat, I would stay in my 9 to 5 job. Stay in my 9 to 5 job, and I would fund my passion until, and this is what I told them, at least a year of sustainability showing me that it can make more than my 9 to 5. A year, not once, not 1 month of it showing me that. A year. Then I would go, 5 is up. Then I would go into my now career, my whatever it is, say videography, and I would do little Amazon jobs or agency jobs where I'm not fully committed. Right? I could leave when I want, because you might not have a good month in your new career, but you still have that Amazon and you still have that little agency job that you can leave whenever you want. There's no full commitment. That's what I told them to do. Don't commit yourself to your hustle until it's showing some stability. That's just, especially in this economy. Remember when we did it?
Don't play.
Don't.
Because you know why? Your family's going to feel it. Your family's going to feel it.
I'm getting upset now.
No, don't do it.
Look at
the family's most
important. I said don't do it.
Don't do it.
Look at the mortgage rate. This is what I'm saying. Look at the mortgage rates. Look at the rates of everything, inflation. Look at the economy, and you be the judge. You be the judge.
I like that, because even though I said don't do it, your family didn't. Bro, some people burn the ship. Some people burn the ship, and that's what makes it work. Don't get it twisted. We'll get into that in another episode. Sometimes burning the ship is exactly what you need to do. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Right? So You do what's best for you.
100.
You do what's best for you. But I hope you and your family stay well and that you make the right decision.
And also, in this crazy, crazy, crazy world where there's so much disruption happening, always remember that there's a place that you guys could come to hustle, to move, and evolve. Welcome home.
Hustle, move, evolve.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.